Boa noite, Cambly Students! Todo mundo aqui, sejam muito bem-vindos. Vocês estão prontos para essa batalha dos sotaques? Hoje não é uma live qualquer, é uma live para aqueles que ousam desafiar a sua compreensão da língua inglesa. Convidamos 3 tutores de 3 diferentes países da língua inglesa para estar aqui com a gente hoje. Eles se enfrentam nessa amistosa batalha dos sotaques para que você expanda a sua compreensão sobre a língua mais falada do mundo. Quer saber curiosidades sobre esses países? Quer ver como é a pronúncia de uma palavrinha, de uma expressão em cada um desses sotaques? Então manda suas sugestões para cá, suas perguntas e comentários, porque aqui no Cambly o poder é sempre nas suas mãos. E falando nisso, você que está aqui na nossa live, ligadíssimo nas oportunidades do Cambly, quer melhorar o seu inglês, temos um spoiler maravilhoso para te dar agora mesmo. Você hoje pode garantir aqui na live o seu plano anual com 52% off. Sim, pessoal, um descontão para você começar a sua trajetória bilíngue e dominar todos os sotaques da língua inglesa. Basta usar o código que aparecerá aqui na tela, ó, e clicar no link na descrição aqui da nossa live. Se você não está familiarizado com o Cambly, é uma plataforma de ensino de inglês totalmente online que te conecta instantaneamente em aulas ao vivo com um tutor nativo da sua preferência. Curtiu? Então corre lá, pois essa oferta é por tempo limitado, combinado? E aí já volta aqui correndo, porque essa batalha está prestes a começar. Vamos combinar o seguinte, manda aqui a sua palavra, uma expressão que você quer muito que os professores falem ali no sotaque deles e a gente vai fazer essa batalha de sotaques com as suas sugestões. Mas primeiro eu quero ver se vocês acertam de onde cada um desses professores é, tá bom? Então fica aqui, afine seus ouvidos, estão prontos? Então bora convidar os nossos super tutores aqui para dentro. Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here with us.
Pleasure.
Hello.
Hello.
So we have 3 amazing tutors here. And how about each one of you introduce yourself without saying where you're from and the people who will have to guess. Sounds good?
Sounds good. I'll jump right in. So my name is Mike. I've been tutoring on Cambly now for nearly 3 years. I'm 35 years young, and my country is very, very famous for football. And I couldn't possibly give any more clues, so that's what I'll give. We are famous for football.
Okay, great. Let's continue like this.
I'm Candy. I'm a bit of a Cambly newbie, so I've been here for 5 months. You don't need to know my age, but some of my hobbies are sailing and snowboarding, and my country is known for its crazy animals and lots of space.
E aí, pessoal, vocês já sabem de onde cada um desses tutores são? Now, last but not least, Peter.
Hey, y'all. So my name is Peter. I'm from place. I really like working on Cambly. I've been here for about 2 years as well. I'm a big fan of traveling, and my country is also known for football, but maybe it's a little bit different. So maybe you'll figure it out.
That was a good one. So we have here great guesses from our audience. So first, Tarcísio, Doriana, Nanda said England for British. Nanda said for Mike. And we have people also saying slangs, Aussie. Good one, Nanda.
Well done.
Yeah. So we have a great audience here. Everybody got it right. Yeah, great, guys. Thank you. And now that we know where you're all from, what features do you identify in your own accents that makes it very different from the other tutor accents? Can you notice some similarities too?
Yeah, I definitely think that Australian and English, British, like myself, have more similarities. Obviously, I'm biased. I think the English accent is very, very clear. I definitely try and speak very clearly, but I'm sure the other tutors will equally think theirs are as clear as mine.
Yeah, I think in general, Australians are very lazy speakers. So we like to shorten everything. And we don't say R's or T's very often. Our T's sound like D's. So that can be confusing.
Can you give us some examples?
Oh, well, if I say, for example, the word pretty, I would say pretty. Oh, she's a pretty girl.
Okay.
So I wouldn't enunciate as clearly as like the British or the American.
Do you agree with that, Peter?
Yeah, I do. I think the American tendency is also to make T's into D's, but we also like the letter R much more than the British and the Aussies. You know, we always have, it's always there, water, and not water or water, whatever your, and I don't know, please forgive my pronunciation of that, because I don't know how close that was, but the point is,
It's water.
we like,
Water.
close enough. But yeah, water in American English, very, very strong R. Yeah, we like our R's, and we like to have vowels that are, you know, relaxed.
How come? How so?
So we would say maybe something like, fine, with a little higher I versus fine, or it might be a little bit lower. And so I missed that up. Sorry, Americans are a little bit maybe less relaxed than the Australians and less relaxed than the British from time to time, but it all depends.
Do you agree with that, Mike? There are
Yeah,
less.
Yeah, I think it reminds, you know, something about the Australian accent, of course, is there's the kind of the question element. It's a very curious accent.
Yeah.
They're always asking questions without even knowing about it. So I think, but that's actually quite a nice. I think I quite like that. You know, like where they kind of have those kind of the dips in the sentences. It keeps people engaged in their conversation. I think it keeps you on your toes.
Well, there's another way to look at that, and that's that we just always sound really happy because we always go up at the end of every sentence.
So the nice thing also about Britain is that there are so many different accents, right? The Scouse accent in the north, from the posh London accent. In the US, you know, we mostly have the South and then everybody else, where the South is very unique, and then most, you know, there are some city accents, New York, Boston, but it's pretty similar to each other. What about in Australia? Does the accent change a lot from place to place?
There's a bit of debate about this, but I would say no, the accent doesn't actually change depending on the place so much. It is more about the individual. So, for example, I'm from Western Australia, but my sister speaks with a much more Australian accent than me. She's like, what a good bloke. So I would say my brothers speak definitely with more slang than I do. Then you have the northern parts of Australia where maybe they're a bit harder to understand because they don't speak so clearly. And then you have lots of different cultures in Australia that give the Australian accent their own flavor as well.
And Candy, you talk about expressions and slangs. How about vocabulary? Do you find a lot of difference in vocabulary between each country?
I would say that it's mostly similar, but there are times when Americans don't understand what I say, or it takes them a few minutes to understand. For example, if I'm introducing myself, I might say, or saying hello to a friend, I'd say, "Hi, how you going?" And they'd say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. What we mean is, is your day going well? Are you having a good day? But we just say, how are you going? or how you going?
Do you have?
Interesting, 'cause we would say, how's it going? But not
Oh,
like
yes.
you specifically, right? How are things going in general? And yeah, if you said, how are you going? I would think, I'm going. Where am I going? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in England, we just say, all right. Like, all right.
Oh,
Which is like, hello, how are you? Is everything okay? In one word. All right. And your answer is, all right. And then you're good. That's the whole conversation in British English.
Amazing.
And Mike, you're not living right now in England, right?
No.
And did you have to get accustomed to other types of English or accents while you're living abroad?
Yeah, I mean, I've had to adjust my vocabulary. So I live in Costa Rica, which has a very American English influence on Costa Rican Spanish. So even within Spanish here, there's lots of American English words, like just the word surf. You know, like they don't use it's not a Spanish, or there is a Spanish way of saying surfer, but they just say surfer or surf. And myself as well, the majority of people that live here that aren't from Costa Rica are usually from the US or are from Canada. So I've had to start speaking with American English vocabulary at times just to make sure that people understand what I'm talking about, which pains my mum.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know, right? So point to the US.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll talk to my mum who's back home in England, and I'll say things like, "Oh, I'm going to go on vacation." She's like, "Vacation?" She's like, "Don't you mean holiday?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do, but I can't say that anymore." You know, or I now say things like the trunk of the car and not the boot of the car, because my American friends don't think their car has a boot. You know, they don't know what that is. So I've had to definitely unlearn and relearn my own language at times.
And how about in Australia, Candy? It's boot or it's trunk, it's holiday, it's vacation.
Ooh,
Neither.
we would also say boot for the car and
point
holiday.
back to England. And
Yes,
Yeah.
and we'd say holiday for the vacation. 2 points.
So the word holiday does exist. Like when I say holiday, I mean the actual day. So the Christmas holiday, right? Versus vacation is, for example, if I ask, are you going on vacation? The answer could be, no, I am staying home for the holiday, right? So vacation is always about like going somewhere. If you're not going anywhere, then then we wouldn't say, right, even I wouldn't say I'm going on vacation if I'm going someplace for 1 or even 2 days. It is longer. So there is options to do nothing during the holidays, and that would be not going on vacation.
Yeah, guys, I know we are all I'm not, but you are all English speakers, and we tend to get excited, but people are asking to speak a little bit slower. So, and on that note, I would talk in Portuguese right now to ask people to send their words and expressions. So, pessoal, agora está o momento aqui da live para vocês mandarem as palavras e as expressões que vocês querem ver esses 3 tutores batalhando para você entender o sotaque direitinho em cada uma delas. Tá com dúvida? Quer entender melhor? Manda aqui a sua pergunta também, tá bom? Que a gente está aqui para responder vocês. And guys, on that note, I have a curiosity here. Do you have your favorite accent, not your own, but other ones that you love, and can be other than Australian or British or US?
I personally love the accent from the Republic of Ireland. I think the Irish have the friendliest, warmest accent of all of the accents. So yeah, big fan of the Irish accent myself.
Okay.
I agree, but it can be scary if they're yelling at you.
Yeah.
Like, it's great. When everything's good, it's great. But when everything is bad, it's really bad.
That's true.
So what's your favorite, Peter?
The Southern accent. I would say the Southern accent of the U.S. is now that I think about it, I was going to say that it is the warmest, but I think maybe it is the people that have the Southern accent that are generally very warm, very friendly. It might not be the easiest to understand, however.
Okay. And Candy?
I think for me, it's hard to choose. Scottish accents are amazing, close to Irish, I guess. Or I really like South African accents. They're very proper.
That's true. Yeah, my best friend is from South Africa, and he has like this really strange combination of like posh, well-spoken, but also quite commonly aggressive. It's really weird. It's like the perfect accent. They can just switch between the two quite fluidly.
And guys, you also mentioned that it can be harsh to understand some accents. Do you, as English native speakers, also find yourself having a hard time understanding other accents? If so, do you have any examples, and what do you usually do to overcome any problems that might come up in this situation?
It's funny that Candy mentioned the Scottish, because I find the Scottish accent not a bad accent, but a challenging one to understand. And I think there have definitely been times where I've been having a conversation with someone where I've had to be like, I'm really sorry. I'm aware you speak fluent English, but I can't understand what you're saying. And that usually happens with Scottish. And again, I guess like the kind of deep south of the US, there's lots of there's some very unique vocabulary down there where
Absolutely.
It's a bit of a guessing game where I have to just follow more the context of the conversation to try to guess the substance of the conversation.
I can definitely see why that would be the case. I feel that way about the Scouse accent in England, the Liverpool accent.
Yep.
Definitely lots of slang. They have an interesting way of pronouncing things that is definitely British, but also definitely unique. I think maybe not all British people would like to claim that accent as British, but it does pose its own set of unique challenges.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, especially as English teachers, you can make sense of most accents as long as people are speaking slowly, as we've been requested to, slowly and clearly. But again, with England, actually, some of the new slang, I have no idea what it means. So I lived there for 1 year, and I had to tell people, I was like, I've never heard that word before in my life. So, for example, if this is appropriate, paying. Have you ever heard that one?
Paying?
Ouch?
You don't know that either. Maybe we're too old.
Pang king. Yeah, I heard that. Someone tried to teach me that too, and I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, it's just when you want to say someone's cute or something.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's the Gen Z slangs that get in the way.
Yes.
Or calm. The first time a British person said that to me, I thought they were being passive aggressive. I thought they were saying, calm down, but for them it's like, okay, or in American slang, bet. Like, sounds good, got it, calm. And I'm like, did I say something to you? Or what? I'm confused.
So see, guys, also the tutors, the native English speakers also go through hard time in their own language. So don't be afraid when learning English, because it's a process, right?
Absolutely. I think as a native speaker, when you realize that language is constantly evolving, actually should make learners more comfortable and more confident to make mistakes, because I definitely make mistakes in English because things are changing, or maybe I use a word that used to be current when I was younger, and now it just doesn't have the same meaning as well. I mean, a girl a couple of years ago used the word lit, like to light something. And she's like, oh, lit. I'm like, I have no idea. And apparently it meant like cool.
Mm-hmm.
But evidently I'm not cool. Therefore didn't understand that lit meant cool.
Great. So now, guys, thank you for sharing all these thoughts. And let's start our battle. We have already some words here. And we ask the audience to send words and expressions you find interesting to see you guys pronouncing it. So are you ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Okay, so Flora, let's go.
Oh.
Okay, I'll go first. And so rarely.
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 Main.
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 Rider.
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 Toothbrush.
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 Okay, we went. How was that? Good. Very different.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed
Yeah,
some.
right?
It's very different. And now for our fire round, let's do a tongue twister. How about that?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
So
Let's jump in the deep end.
Então, pessoal, eu já compartilhei aqui com os tutores um trava-línguas para eles agora fazerem a disputa final e vocês vão decidir aqui qual é o sotaque que vocês entendem melhor ou se sentem mais confortável para começar aqui a sua jornada rumo à fluência. Tá na hora aí, pode botar sua votação no chat, mas temos essa rodada final com o trava-línguas. Bora ele? Então, let's go, guys. Final round.
Okay. Should we start with the easy one?
Yes.
Okay. She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Okay, now the second and last one. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Okay. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Nice.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard not to sing it. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Two other words here. Let's do this one. Daughter and bottle of water. Flora, can you put us again in the battle, please?
Excellent. Okay. Daughter.
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 Okay, let's go. Bottle of water.
Bottle of water.
Bottle of water.
Come on, guys. Respect the tea. Respect the tea.
Nah.
And.
And.
Okay.
Again.
Again?
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Thank
Here we
you,
go.
guys. No, this one is too hard. Thank you, Flora.
Oh.
Okay, we have some,
I do have a challenge for you guys if you want an Australian slang challenge.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Why not?
Okay. You've got to tell me what I'm saying. Okay. Would you like to come over this arvo for a barbie? We'll chuck on some snags. Come buy the bottle-o on your way, and then maybe grab some Maccas too.
Okay. I mean, I got the whole thing apart the bottle-o and the Maccas.
Maccas, I think it's McDonald's.
First bit was good.
It is. Maccas is
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
I was thinking mac and cheese for some reason.
Mm.
No, Maccas.
McDonald's has lots of different things. I feel like where I'm from, we call it Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Yeah. Like,
Look.
Mickey D.
Not Mackie D's.
Rafael got it right,
No.
Candy. He said barbecue stuffs. He got
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Great
was
Rafael.
talking about a barbecue.
Yeah.
Great job.
Bottle, is that like a liquor store or?
It is a liquor store. Yes.
Fantastic.
An off license, as we would say in England.
Right.
Good job.
We would
guys.
just say liquor store in the US. We're not so creative.
Guys, that was the best battle of all times. Thank you for your time. We are all winners here, but I can let this battle finish without a word of advice from pros like yourself. So do you have any piece of advice for our English learners here?
Absolutely. I think whether you're a total beginner or whether you want to practice your maybe more advanced conversation, the best thing to do is to just try and speak and become a confident communicator. When you can communicate your ideas with people, that's when you start to make connections with people. And naturally from there, you will progress and start to correct those small mistakes that we all make when we're learning other languages or even sometimes in our own language. So don't be afraid to speak. Laugh when you make mistakes and celebrate when you get things right.
Great. Candy?
Yeah, I would say also, like Mike said, you don't have to say everything perfectly, but say it with confidence. Confidence, volume, try to speak clearly. It will help people understand what you're trying to say. And also watching movies in English, listening to English songs and copying will help you pick up new words as well.
Great. Peter?
So piggybacking off what was just said, listening. If you are a confident communicator or just beginning, you can always listen. If you say a word and then you hear the person you are talking to say the same word, but it's a little bit different, try and hear that. Okay, so what did I say? What did they say? Okay, it's not water, it's water. Okay. And then you can slowly but surely learn by listening and really paying attention to the things that other people say in movies, in songs, in TV shows, real conversation. Always be listening and checking what you say with what they say.
Thank you so much, guys. It was an amazing battle, and I hope you also enjoyed.
Absolutely, yes. Always fun to demonstrate the power of the British accent.
Right. Right. You know, I used to tell people that the American accent is the original British accent, and you guys got angry and changed your accent after we beat you in the Revolutionary War.
Oh,
I did hear that too. I wasn't
Not
sure if it
everybody
was-
believed me,
Oh.
and I don't think it's true. However, it's
Yeah.
a fun thought.
I wasn't there, so I couldn't possibly comment. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Great, guys. Candy? Yes.
Oh no, just thank you so much, guys. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you. People loved as well. Maybe I will have to invite you again to do a second round.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Yes.
And this
Thank you
time
so-
Australia will get some points.
Right. We'll do some of those more advanced tongue twisters and see who messes up first.
That's it.
Yes.
That's
Thank you, guys. Have a great evening and see you soon.
it. Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Likewise. Ciao.
E pessoal, vocês que ficaram aqui curtindo essa batalha maravilhosa dos acentos e querem continuar a sua jornada bilíngue com tutores nativos amigáveis, inteligentes, divertidos como esses, basta você acessar o link que está aqui na descrição dessa live e garantir um super desconto no seu plano anual. Corre que ela é exclusiva e limitado para esse momento aqui da live. Então, se você quer garantir o seu plano de inglês anual aqui no Cambly pelo menor preço, esse aí é o momento para você aproveitar e vai no embalo, né, gente? Porque foi uma delícia aqui essa live. Se vocês querem mais lives como essas, ou tem alguma sugestão, algum tópico de curiosidade, pode mandar para a gente, que é sempre um prazer estar aqui pertinho de vocês para te ajudar a conquistar a sua fluência no idioma. Até a próxima e happy learning to all! Bye!